Welcome back, everybody, of the Doc Bob Lee from 107.5 WPLS. And our next guest is a CEO, author, fitness instructor, and founder of South Speed Fitness. He's here today to promote his new book, Memoirs of a Traveling Trainer During the Pandemic. So please welcome to the show, Michael Figueroa. Mike, welcome. Boom, boom.
Thanks for having me, man. It's an honor. Thank you so much. Thank you, man.
Hey, Mike, we have a few things in common. I understand that you did some amateur boxing.
Yeah.
I did that. I did the PAL, some amateur boxing. I did
wow.
Gold gloves.
Wow.
And my daughter and I did some Taekwondo for a hot minute. And then I ran the New York City Marathon.
Oh my God.
Well, I ran a block or two.
Oh, what happened?
I was interviewing P. Diddy. I was like, yeah. And I was interviewing Mike Nobby, running along with them in an interview.
Hey, like, interview is done, I'm done.
Exactly.
Wow, that is tremendous accomplishments, Bob. That's incredible. I didn't even know that. Wow.
Yeah. So tell us about you. It's about you today. And how did you get started into fitness? What triggered this whole thing?
Man, many moons back, I grew up playing baseball, little league, traditional, how it is being Puerto Rican, growing up in the Bronx. You playing in, Katona Park, you playing all these, little league fields.
Right.
And then all my uncles were professional boxers.
So
I would box. Right. Yeah. I would box during the winter just to stay in shape. But baseball was my future. And then I went to South Bronx High School. And shout outs to the Phoenix. I noticed that baseball started to look like it wasn't in my future. Guys were shooting up and they were getting really tall and fastballs were getting faster. And so I just, ventured off in boxing. And I started boxing at the age of 13, taking it serious at the age of 16, 17, had my first amateur fight at like 17. And that was it. And then I started working in a mailroom for a law firm in the city. Yeah. And I was still boxing at the time, but training wasn't a profession of mine. And then I was just really like depressed with my job. And a friend of mine who worked there was a trainer at New York Sports Club and told me I should think about being a fitness instructor, and the rest is history.
So you started doing that, and after a while, you broke away from being a fitness instructor at the health club and started your own.
Yes. I mean, it's ironic, right? So it's like, I'm a real DIY type of guy, right? Do it yourself. And it was the same mindset that I had even when I was like writing this book. It was just like, just do it yourself, man. We're such an independent time right now where you just see a lot of entrepreneurs and that entrepreneur spirit.
And during the pandemic, I mean, it had everybody sit back and scratch their heads and say, what am I going to do here? And so all the creativity begins to come out when you're sitting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, you know what? And for a person like you're a trainer, you need that movement going on. And you couldn't just sit there during a pandemic. So
no way.
A lot of things started happening for you. What happened?
Absolutely. So, we were all affected by it. And I was just sitting home and I was, just watching these daily briefings, by the mayor and by the governor and, just engrossed by the whole entire situation. And it dwells on you. And like you mentioned, though, because of how I'm wired and what my makeup is, I just had to get out there. And I was just really just thinking of creative ways to find ways to work out. And it was difficult because you got to maintain safety and still try to get a workout. It was the most challenging time for my career and my whole entire career. Sorry. It was the most challenging time.
When did you decide to sit back and say, you know what, I need to put together this book?
So it happened in my travels. I was training clients. I normally would train all my clients at Mendez Boxing. Shout out to Mendez Boxing. When the pandemic happened, all the gyms were closed. And, so a few of my clients were like, hey, would you mind training me at my park? And I had a client that lived in Brooklyn, a client that lived in Queens, a client that lived in the Bronx. and I'm traveling all over these boroughs. And along my travels, I'm seeing some, some wild stuff, things I've never seen before. You know what I mean? I'm 34 years old. I've been in the city all my life, and these are some things I've never seen before. So I would just put on my phone little notes here and there. And at the end of the year, around towards December, I was like, wow, I have a lot of like notes here that, I would love to share. And I really felt like I wanted people to understand the perspective of what a physical trainer had to go through, and the clients as well, because we were all affected by it, but just the irony of risking our health on trying to be healthy.
Yeah. So you came up with the name Memoirs of a Traveling Trainer During the Pandemic.
Yeah.
And how did I guess it was an easy name to come up with, because that's what you were doing, right?
Right. Yeah, it wasn't like, wasn't so much, it was a journal, but then it was more memoirs, because it was also a journal, but then also with my certain ideas and my little quotes and stuff and little side notes that are, are associated with that. And there's some interesting nuggets in this book. I hope that people can find some inspiration and some humor, because this book is filled with all that.
What stands out in your mind? What's a couple of quick nuggets, if you don't mind, and then we'll buy the book to get the rest.
My favorite chapter is Horseface. There's a chapter called Horseface in there, and it's anybody who's taken the train has seen or have gone through this situation. I think it would be relative to a lot of people. They were like, wow, I've seen this happen. That's my favorite chapter in there. And then just the overall grind, though. I think if you're a native New Yorker, you're going to appreciate it. It's very charming. And if anybody who has an idea what New York really is, this is it, man. All the illustrations and pictures I took myself. It covers everything from me getting my lunch at a dollar slice place and the traditional bacon, egg, and cheese, and being late for the train and being late for a client and having to pay a $42 Uber to go 2 blocks south. Inflation is real, man.
Yeah, for real. Everything. And then since the pandemic, everybody said I want to try to get my money back, so everything said whoop.
Yeah. Oh my Lord. Everything, man. Everything. Except for our pay, right?
Yeah, I know. So your ultimate goal is to become a fitness professional to help motivate and encourage your clients to live a healthy lifestyle and to make wiser choices for themselves.
Absolutely. Mentally and physically. I think fitness does a lot more for the mental than it does for the physical. It releases endorphins and serotonin levels, and it just puts you in a more euphoric state. And I think in this time right now, we have experienced such a dark time that fitness, man, it is the most natural, safest, and cheapest way, man, just to overcome any depression or anything like that.
Hey, man, Mike, thank you so much, man, for coming.
Thanks for having me. It's an honor.
Always welcome back.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
yes,
give me a quick website, because they're gonna wrap
absolutely. You can find me at Instagram at SouthSpeed, Twitter at SouthSpeed, and our website is southspeedfitness.com.
Thank you so much, Mike.
Thanks
Figueroa.
For having me. Thank you.
And he has that gym, he's a traveling trainer, and he has the fitness SouthSpeed gym. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You got it. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for tuning in and checking it all out. Always remember this: what you are is God's gift to you, and what you make of yourself is your gift to God. So choose your choice. Let your choice control the chooser. For all of us here at the Bronx Center, have a great and enjoyable day. And we'll catch you another day, another way. We love you all. I'll see you over 107.5 WBLS. Peace.